Hi there, you're on Gossip Says channel. Enjoy watching, subscribe and like it. It's growing our community.
Story 1. Long term, 5 years. Girlfriend cheated. Hello. My first time writing a post like this. So sorry for a long, boring read. I just want to let it all out somewhere and maybe get some advice. I, 24 meters, was in a relationship with a girl, 22F, whom I thought to be my perfect match. I never had any serious relationships before I met her. I was the second guy she was dating seriously as well. We were best friends. We shared a lot together, helped each other out and loved each other unconditionally. But everything changed once I moved to another city for a career, about 1,500 km from her. I always wanted to start a career in music, and she supported my decision of moving out. The city I moved to had a lot of opportunities for me. The original plan was to have a distance relationship for a year, and her moving to me to live together, and finally get married once I settle down and have enough resources. However, after about half a year things started to change. She said her feelings are not as strong anymore. I wasn't sure about mine as well. Everything seemed to be leading to a breakup. So I started texting other girls from other cities. I didn't have any intention to meet them or be romantic. It was a way to let all of the tension out and prove myself that other girls are not worth it. Her being my first ever girlfriend made me wonder what other girls are like. That's why I only chose the girls that I cannot meet in person at all. I did it for a couple weeks, started feeling bad about it and stopped. I know it was stupid and I made a mistake. Some time later she traveled to my city for a little vacation. We rented a flat together, hanged out, and had a great time. I wanted to tell her about everything after a couple of days not to ruin her vacation. However, she found out herself too early when I fell asleep, and she used my phone to check my DMs due to some stupid reason. She found the texts. Apparently some girls were flirty, and I was too blind to realize it. She made a scene. I felt awful. But things weren't as bad as it seemed since I didn't respond to any attempts to flirt or had any real contacts with the girls. She said she'll think if our relationship should continue or not. Once she left home and I was alone, I realized that I didn't want to lose her at all. I started giving her more attention, called her when she wanted, sent her gifts and flowers, gave her money if she needed it. I started traveling to my hometown more often to spend time with her. After 3 months, she accepted me back. So, couple of days back, I once again arrived to my hometown to see her. I noticed she was acting strange, but didn't think much of it. We spent time together, had sex, and everything was perfect. But yesterday, she had some troubles with the Uber app on her phone. So once I started solving it, I accidentally opened her contacts app and saw some unknown guy's name in the recent calls. I asked her who she was and she looked terrified. She started to stutter and said it was her colleague, but the name had fucking heart emojis with it. So I called him. Turned out she was dating her stepbrother's cousin for 3 weeks behind my back. Things were real. They went on dates. They kissed each other. They were literally living together in their parents' house. Couple of days back, she told me how she missed me, that she wants to get married. She wants to be a mother to my children. All of that while she was seeing another guy behind my back. Apparently, she told the guy she broke up with me all the way back in April. Additionally, it turned out her friends didn't even know we were together again. She visited me in July for a couple of days and told her friends she didn't even see me while she was there. All the while she was living with me. She lied to everyone around about me, telling them I am a lying, cheating piece of shit, but told me that everything was fine. She loved me and that she was happy for how much I changed for her. We broke up. I told her it's over, but right now I am feeling devastated. I know I probably brought it all on myself with all that texting stuff I had, but at least I had a decency not to meet anyone in person and respond to any flirting. I was a loving boyfriend. I took care of her. I helped her with her studies, fund her hobbies, found her a decent job. I trusted her. Never had a reason to doubt her words, but now I don't even know who she is. How am I gonna trust anyone again? Story 2. Me, 21M, and a girl, 20F, decided to break it off. A lot going on in personal lives. Both moved cities and now 5 months later, we all of a sudden end up in the same city. Should we try again? We had a pretty clean break. I was supposed to move to a different country for school. She was still in school in a different city. We lived in different cities. My grandfather was kinda sick on and off. She had some family issues and personal issues that I won't share here. About 3 weeks before I left, we kinda broke it off. Long distance was hard, even on the same time zone. The relationship was pretty new, so things didn't get too far in the relationship, although we got very deep and personal often. After I moved, we were gonna have a big time zone difference, which would make it very hard to talk often. I had school and a new job line, and she had school and job too, so it would be really hard. We kinda decided out of fear to break it off, instead of slowly drifting apart. We blocked each other on Tinder and all the socials we talked on, to try and have a clean break and let each other live on and live good lives. A couple of months go by, I'm settled, job and all. I'm getting girls trying to hit on me. Working in a bar with a lot of drunk women tends to happen often for me. Not a brag, it's pretty annoying. But every time I'm thinking about her and having a hard time moving on. I get calls from family my grandfather is in the hospital and it's looking bad. I decide to get a flight to see my family and help where I can. I decide school can wait and I can always get another job. My mom lives alone, takes free time from work, get less pay and struggles to pay rent to help my grandfather. I step in, help with rent and help take care of him. I'm thinking one rent is easier than sending money from a different country to help. Plus, pay rent above trying to help my mom. Plus, I get to see my grandfather in case he dies. Move back, get a similar job in a bar. Thinking about reaching out, but thought we still lived in different places. While working security, I see her laughing and smiling and everything in me stops. I stop in the middle of the bar and I feel my heart pounding. My palms are sweaty. As I gather the courage to go over to her, I get an alarm in my earpiece and there is a huge fight. I freeze. I want to go to her. Fuck the fight. But my other workmates are screaming my name asking for help. I go stop the fight and hurry back to her. She is gone. I get mad at myself. I try and find her the rest of the night. I find her friend. She says, "Holy shit, you're here? Why haven't you reached out?" I just sigh and ask, "Where is she?" Gone home. She hugs me, tells me to find my way back to her, and I didn't even think to ask for her number. Later on, I'm on Tinder and there she is. She liked me on it again with a new profile where I'm not blocked. So here I am, staring at the liked on Tinder. There she is. Longer hair, new glasses that fit her beautifully. Her pictures are new, she has graduated, looking so fucking happy. What do you think? We blocked each other to let each other live our lives. Some of my friends are saying it ended before. Y'all weren't really ready. How is it different now? Do you feel more ready? Some are saying let it happen naturally. If I meet her in the store or something catch up, do it old school. It's a small town, bound to happen. What do you guys think? Sorry it's so long, started rambling, but was trying to give the full story. Is this fate? Do we try again? Do I balance the sickness in the family and a relationship? Story 3. Trying to make sense of things post-situationship. So back in June, I met this girl on an indie film project, and we didn't talk much the first day, but we traded socials. The following day, she messaged me saying how nice it was to meet me, and to let her know if I wanted to hang out, smoke weed, or go to a rave, which is something we both had in common. So immediately I said, hell yeah, I'd love to. Turned out that we had a lot in common. A lot. Mainly, we were both artists, which is a big turn on for me. I asked her how she felt about me after about a week, and she said she liked me a lot, but also wasn't ready to date because she recently got out of a toxic relationship. She wanted to be FOBB, and I'm a pretty monogamous person, but I really liked her, so I thought I'd give it a shot. She gave me a lot of attention. We talked for hours every day. She bought me gifts, told me how excited she'd get whenever I text her, and how glad she was that we met. Shortly after, she told me about a guy that she sees sometimes and how he gets off to her voice. She had a sexy voice. This infuriated me. Even though we weren't dating, she would talk and do things as if we were. I expressed how sad it made me, and she apologized for hurting my feelings, but wasn't ready to commit to a relationship because she wanted to take a year or two to work on her insecurities and better herself. She also stated she didn't want a long-distance relationship an hour away lol. I told her I'd be moving closer to her in a year anyways for work reasons. So she mentioned multiple times how she couldn't wait for me to live closer out of excitement. After a month of hanging out and being intimate, and in hindsight being love-bombed, she told me she was going out of town to see a guy for a couple days. Again, this broke me terribly, and I told her that I could no longer be intimate with her as long as she's living this lifestyle. She said she still wanted to be friends, and I was absolutely fine with that. About a week after, she started texting me less, and it eventually became one-sided. So I straight up asked her why she wasn't messaging as much and not sending me tons of memes like she always did, every day. She said that she was very busy because school started, she's a teacher, and she also met someone she really liked, and that it was moving surprisingly fast. I was absolutely crushed. I felt lied to, taken advantage of. After saying so often how much I meant to her, and all the signals of possibly wanting to date someday, she goes and finds someone almost immediately. She even previously told me she felt very safe with me, which is something she didn't feel in her last relationship, and how good of a person I was. I told her how hurt I was and that I only wanted to care for and do so many things with her. Things we talked about doing together. At the end of the day, all I wanted was a relationship with her. She never responded. It's been weeks now. In the beginning, she made an Instagram group chat with the friends we made the day we met so we could all stay in touch and occasionally meet up. I noticed that the chat had been awfully quiet, and I knew immediately what happened. She started another group chat without me and added everyone else in it. Not only did she slowly ghost me, but she now has removed the opportunity of building friendships with these people I like. Oddly, she still follows me and views some of my stories, which makes little sense to me. I loved her. I'm trying to move on, but I'm just so hurt by this one. And I hate that she might not have any remorse for what she's done because it's justified by looking out for her needs. I deserve better. But it still puzzles me. Story 4. I can't be happy for people. The title sums it up pretty well. Since 2020, my life has been on a steady decline. A lot of different things happened over the past 3 years that have led me to a point of being very behind my peers as far as life goes. I'm extremely unhappy. And while things are getting better overall, in the short term things have gotten worse and or stayed still for the most part. I know it won't stay this way forever, but I'm 19, and it's so hard to watch all the people I know and love do everything and anything I wish I could do right now but can't. Not to say that I won't ever get to do those things, but it just won't happen for a while is all. That's something I have to accept. But back to the main point, I've lost my ability to be happy for others. I'm just jealous now. When people I love tell me about their incredible lives, it makes me genuinely sick to my stomach. And when people aren't doing well, I feel awful for them. But I have to admit that's more of a comfortable feeling for me to sit in. It's getting harder to talk to people. I mean, what else is there to talk about other than your life, right? And I don't want to lose my friends, so I let them talk. I ask engaging questions to keep the conversation going, even if it's physically hurting me to do so. Nobody knows I feel this way. I fake my happiness for them, because at the end of the day, I do want them to have good lives, and again, I don't want to lose their companionship. I also would never want to hurt them or make my jealousy and pain their problem. It's my problem, not theirs. I wish I could make it stop. I wish I could just feel normal about these things, whatever that looks like. I'm not in therapy. I know I should be, and that's likely the only thing to help. But damn it, it's so hard to find a good one. I failed so many times, and I just gave up trying when it comes to that stuff. Maybe I'll start making an effort soon. I don't really know. But I hope this goes away somehow. I feel so incredibly guilty about it all too. I love these people so damn much, and I can't even find it in myself to be happy for them, because I'm so consumed by my own shit, and that's just awful. I want to hug them and tell them how happy I am for them and me in it, not for it to be an act, because I know they deserve support. I can feel myself losing that ability though. I'm starting to ignore texts and calls, knowing that they'll just make me more upset. Not frequently enough for anyone to suspect anything wrong, not yet anyways. But then that behavior just leads me to be even lonelier. And I'm also really scared that one day someone's going to notice how I feel, and subsequently it'll hurt them. They've gone through hardships. I know they have. I've been there for a lot of them. and their lives aren't perfect. There's still shit they all go through. But that thought doesn't seem to quell the jealousy. They deserve all good things and more. But I can't stand to hear about it anymore, and I hate myself for feeling this way. My friends are such wonderful, incredible people, and I'm extremely lucky to know them all. I love them so much. Why can't that just be enough? Why do I still feel like this? I've read so many things online about reframing your thinking around things, not letting it affect you or whatever. But I have no fucking idea how to do that. It just doesn't work for me. I don't control my mind, and I never have. That's part of why I'm in such a strange and sad point in my life in the first place. I don't know what this post is meant to accomplish, but I can't keep this to myself anymore. It's driving me insane. I feel awful. I just wish these feelings would go away and I could go back to the way I used to be.